In the two previous videos, I've talked about how God gave us the commandments. And the commandments were meant to make us humans show love to God and to our fellow human beings. So that was the target. That was the goal. Jesus Christ said that he had come to fulfill the law. He hadn't come to abolish it. So what did Jesus Christ really mean by saying he had come to fulfill the law? It means the focus of the law, that is love, was what Jesus Christ had actually come to make manifest. So it means that the law, being just written word, couldn't accomplish that work of manifesting love or causing us humans to manifest love to God and to our fellow human beings. It didn't work. So Jesus had to come to do it. Somebody would ask that, so if God knew that that wasn't going to work, why did God even bring it in the first place? It is about time. God had already set time, and that would even take us back to the fall of Adam and Eve. God had already set the time when he was going to manifest the real solution to that problem that had been created during the fall of man. So it was about time. The commandment was an interim solution until the real time God had set would come. So when the time came, Jesus Christ was manifested. Now in John chapter 3, when Jesus was speaking to Nicodemus and to the people, he mentioned something interesting there, that man must be born again in order to enter the kingdom of God. Meaning that for us to freely operate in the kingdom of God in all righteousness, becoming born again is so essential. Jesus Christ made them understand becoming born again is like having a whole new kind of spirit. Because he said we must be born of water and of the spirit. So we must have a whole new kind of spirit. Having a whole new kind of spirit is like having a new heart altogether. The 10 Commandments, the people couldn't keep to it. They couldn't work with it because they didn't have the kind of spirit, the kind of heart that would make them easily and freely manifest the love which is supposed to be characteristic of everyone living in the kingdom of God. The reason is that sin, during the fall of man, had placed a veil on the hearts of man. So when you come to 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 15 to 17, Paul addresses this issue. He says that there is a veil on the heart of every man, according to the verse 15. Come to 16, he says that whoever turns to the Lord, this veil is removed. So it means if you turn to the Lord, the veil is removed from your heart. And the verse 17 talks about how when the veil has been removed, it gives the heart that freedom to be able to live the kind of life that God himself intends for us. So that means whenever the veil is removed, the heart is now free and will show the love as it's supposed to be. The mind itself alone cannot successfully show love. So if you give somebody commandments, do this, don't do this, do that, don't do that, the person will be able to do it. If only it's in relation to love, the person will be able to do it, but only to an extent. Because the person is doing it from the mind and not from the heart. If you want the person to do it from the heart and do it so successfully, it means the heart must be in its purest state to be able to do it. Sin didn't give the heart that permission to freely come out and do what it's supposed to do in manifesting love, because it had been blocked. The heart had been blocked. So Jesus Christ came to remove that veil. So when it makes us born again, the veil is removed. That is what Paul made us understand in 2 Corinthians 3, from the verse 15 to 17. The veil is removed. There is freedom, and we are able to manifest love. Love to God and love to our fellow human beings. And then it means the life of righteousness. And righteousness means right before God, which is true manifestation of love. That life of righteousness is now going to be easily manifested in us because love is being manifested out of a very free heart, which is because it is born again. That person is born again. So the heart is now free, and the heart is manifesting what God really wants us to manifest. So that is what Jesus Christ meant by saying that he had truly come to fulfill the law, because he was bringing the born again. That was going to make us so free in our hearts and have the power to love. And that would lead to the fulfillment of what the commandments were actually meant for. Love God and love your neighbor. In our next videos, we're going to look at the components of love, because it is expected of us, every one of us, to love as we are born again. We're going to look at the components of love and get more word into us so that we can freely manifest what is already a seed in us. God bless you. Let's meet in our next video.